Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for coming. This is Jay Lee's Corner. I am, of course, Jay Lee. It is currently 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, let me get these reviews done so that I can get the stuff uploaded and go to sleep. So, if you have not done so already, as you always know, first things first, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You just hit the subscribe button, and it does not cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have new content available and when I have new videos up. And I love new subscribers. So please, if you have not done so already, please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thanks so much. And this is my review for Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Today was episode 7. There's only 8 episodes in this particular series. I'm thinking because it's only season 1. Typically, reunion reality shows have between 10 to 15 episodes. But 8 I guess is okay. Today, I don't think this is going to be a long video. I'm not even going over everything that happened. Just going to touch on a couple of key points of stuff that kind of made me think about some stuff. It does start off with Brandon talking to Deb about being upset that she poached one of his artists from his development crew, whatever. Deb basically told that boy, I'm Deb Atney. Like, you can be upset if you want to. You can say people only deal with me to get to you, mom. But at the end of the day, she is Deb Atney. She did work with Waka Flocka. I think she worked with Gucci Mane in his early days. She worked with Rashida in her early days. So she's worked with people and people know who she is. So Brandon, no one wants to work with you because no one knows who you are, and plus you have a bad attitude. So I'm thinking those are the reasons that people pick Deb over you. She didn't take over your showcase. Your showcase was shit, and she was on the panel. So my thing is, she's on the panel, and she's supposed to be hearing the music, and she can't hear the music. She's going to say, hold up, stop, wait, get the music together so that I can hear. Like, you should have heard the music was fucked up your damn self and stopped the show. But no, you wanted to ignore the elephant in the room and keep it going. And she just did what you should have done as a developer. Next up, Brandon and Deb did have a whole back and forth thing. Like, well, I'm Brandon Barnes. She's like, well, but I'm Deb Atney. And she was just saying it like, if you wonder why people want to work with me, because I am who I am. And you may be Brandon Barnes, but Brandon Barnes has nothing on Deb Addy. Which is true, because Brandon, we don't know you, bruh. You own this show, and we still don't know you. I think had your attitude not been so bad, people might want to have gotten to know you more. But not me. Deb talking to Bow Wow's dad. There's 2 scenes where she's talking to Bow Wow dad. I'm gonna wrap them up into one conversation. The first one is her when he calls her. I was surprised that the man had her cell phone number because he called her when she was driving in the car. But even in the second scene when she talked to him, he called her on a house phone. So I'm like, damn, he got your cell phone and your house phone number? Like, what's up with that, Deb? But she talked to him the first time and she basically tried to let him know, hey, I don't think this is the best time for you to meet with him. I did talk to Brad and she's saying, it might not be a good idea. So she's trying to get him to understand that this might not work out. And he really ain't having that. So she is just saying, well, I'll try to see what I can see to get done, what I can get done. She did have a secondary conversation with him where he was drunk and incoherent when he called her on the house phone when she was either at home or in the office. And why did Deb have a goddamn fire starter lighter on her damn desk? I'm like, could you setting buildings on fire? I mean, I know she smokes cigarettes and stuff, so she has to have a lighter, but she ain't got no regular lighter. Like, it's the long lighter that you use to like light the fireplace. Deb, is you smoking crack pipes in the office? Like, I was just, that whole thing, it kind of threw me for a second. Anywho, but when he called her the second time, and he was clearly drunk, clearly shit-faced, she was continuing to realize, I may have done the wrong thing. You thought you did the wrong thing when he was talking to you soberly when you were in your car, but you knew when he called you drunk at the crib that you had fucked up. She did just keep saying to him, hey, don't pop up on him. And he like, but I miss my son. I call him and he don't call me back. And he's a little bit slurring his words. It was just bad. Deb realizes, I fucked this up. Okay, I royally fucked this up. The second phone call did come after she met Bow Wow at the club. First of all, I'm not keen on meeting people at the club to talk about their deadbeat daddy situations. I would have thought the dad would have met Bow Wow somewhere else. And when she sent Bow Wow a text after talking to Bow Wow that the first time, saying, hey, I need to talk to you, when he replied back and said, meet me at the club, you should have used your deductive reasoning and said the club was not the place that we should meet. But you did not, and you went to the club anyway. So she did let Bao know, hey, I talked to your dad. That first encounter had only happened at this point. And Bao was clearly upset, visibly pissed off and aggravated. Wished Deb had not done that, even though he told her that already, so it ain't like she ain't know. And he's frustrated. I don't get why people feel the need to force kids to deal with absentee parents if they're not in the mind space to do so. Yes, we understand that if a parent is reaching out, no, tomorrow is not promised, and you should try to listen to them. We don't have to do that. Because every day wasn't promised when the parent left all those years ago. So if you took 20 years to come see me, I not gotta accept you being gone 20 years because you could die tomorrow. I could have died 20 years ago. You wasn't concerned coming to see me then, so I just feel like you can't rush me to see that person now. Let me see them in my own time. Let Bow see his dad in his own time. He ain't ready right now. He's still pissed off about everything. So yeah. Um, so they're stay out of people's business. Bow Wow, I'm touching on certain things. Bow was in the studio, finally. He did do a verse that he let the brat hear. And it was, I liked it. If it came on the radio, I would listen to it all the way through. I think the reason Bow Wow won't do a whole album is because he know it won't sell. People don't really buy albums anymore, especially a Bow Wow album. People might buy a Bow Wow single, if it's good, but he should really focus on doing a tour, doing his old stuff. That's where you would make money. I think people, if you did small venues, people would pay to see you perform, some of your old hits, especially if you can get the people who rap with you or sing. If you and Sierra did I Ain't Never Seen Nobody Else Like You, if y'all did that song together in 2017, 2018, it would be cool. You, Sierra, Keisha Cole, B2K could all go on a tour and just do all y'all classic hits. And I mean, I wouldn't pay to go see it because I'm not a concert person, but people would. But yeah, he did the song. It was cool. I'm glad his writer's block is over and done with. That part is cool. Next up, the funny part I forgot when Bao was in the club talking to Dad. He said to her, because she was seeing how his father seemed sorry, how he was like had tears in his eyes. You can look in his face and tell that he was, just extremely emotional. And Bob was like, no, he was probably drunk. That's the exact same thing I said when I did my review about the daddy the first time. I said, I know drunk eyes. Those are drunk eyes, and his daddy looked drunk. And Bow Wow said the exact same thing. So it was funny that when his dad called Debbie the second time, he was shit-faced drunk. And Dad was like, oh my God, I just can't believe, what I've started. Why did I do this? What I get myself into? Look what I started. Yeah, sometimes you need to mind your own goddamn business. Just saying. Toya and Reginae having a conversation. Toya wants to teach Reginae how to be a responsible adult. She doesn't just want to give her things. She wants her to work towards things. And Reginae is telling Toya, I don't want to go to school. I want us to write a book, a mother-daughter book. And because you have a publishing company, you can publish a book. And Toya was saying with her mouth, I don't want to just give her everything. I want her to be able to work towards it. But she then in the next breath said, well, do the work on it. I'll see about it. And then I might give you the book deal. You're going to give it to her if it's good. Point blank, period. I think a better lesson would be let her go out to other publishing companies to see if someone else can get her sold. And the reason that's difficult is because you also don't want to take any money out of your own pocket. Because if the book is good, you will want to publish it. But at the same time, let her hear no from other people. And then her mama can come save her ass. Whatever. But the funny part is, she told her, do some work, do the work, bring me an outline, bring me what you want to do, and then I'll see. And then later on in the scene, in the episode where she's asking her, like, okay, I did my part of the mother-daughter book. Have you done anything with it yet? And she's like, well, no, I haven't done my part. I'm going to do it in my own time, Mom. Don't worry about it. Toya, you built this monster up from a baby. She's a builder monster. And when she was kind of blowing you off about being upset that she hadn't done her part, and she actually said to you when you were getting frustrated, what the hell did she say? And it made me so mad I put it in all caps when I wrote it on here. She said, girl, chill out. Who the fuck you talking to, Reginae? Man, I can't tell my mama to chill out, be quiet. I can't call my mama girl. Like, my mama is my mama, and I respect her to the utmost high. And when she said it, I was so shocked, like, that's how you talk to her on a regular day. And Toya walked away because she was pissed off that Reginae basically embarrassed her on camera. Because my thing is, you shouldn't tell your mama, girl, chill out. That's disrespectful. Reginae, I try not to say negative vibing things. Somebody gonna fuck Reginae up in real life. I don't know who. And we saw, in real life when she was even on the college campus visiting, even though on this episode she was saying that she didn't want to do college. But we saw how people was kind of messing with her, and she tries to ignore it. But like, girl, and she trying to focus. Somebody gonna fuck her up. Just solely because she's not used to the real world. And because her attitude is so, my life is lit, people gonna fuck with her. So my thing is, when your daughter say to you, girl, chill out, you punch her in the fucking face because she need to chill the fuck out. And she don't know how to chill the fuck out because y'all done spoiled her ass. So, that angered me, and I'm like, it's just stupid. Next up, Reginae, Zanique, Ayana, and JD's daughter, whose name I cannot remember at this point in time, all went to the yoga spot together. This is what I don't get. I do not understand why people who do not get along, people try to bring them together to hang out. If it's not a regulated work event, if it's not a high school reunion, a college reunion, where you're just in a space where it's a lot of people, my one friend bet not bring me to somewhere with one other person and the bitch I don't like. Don't do that, because it's going to cause conflict. So the fact that they have the girl Ayana there, knowing the situation with Brandon and Reginae just happened, at least have the conversation and say, hey, do y'all want to be around each other? Like, is there any weirdness? And maybe keep them separate for a minute, or let them hash it out before you bring them together. Because it was just awkward seeing them together. Reginae got a look on her face where she want to fuck Ayana up. Ayana looking back like, bitch, don't try me. And it was just an unnecessary scene to me. But I get that's why this show only has 8 episodes. They're still trying to find their way for these strangers to be able to hang out together, because clearly they have not been hanging out together in real life. The only ones who probably been hanging out together is Zanique and Reginae. But other than that, it was just aggravating. And, the fact that Ayana's cousin is the cause of so much discourse, and he a dude who be arguing with females, like, a conversation needs to be had first. It's just my personal opinion. But anyway, I don't care. I'm really trying to do this review. I'm tired, so I probably should do it tomorrow, but I'm not. I'm going to get through this today. The last thing I'm going to actually discuss is the whole Brandon situation. Brandon pops up to Zanique's auditions to get, assistance and stuff for her show. First of all, he popped up, but how did he end up getting a seat on the damn panel? Like, how did that even happen? And the fact that he said, I'm gonna pop up because he was told about the situation about the audition from her cousin Ayana, whatever. But and he was that's something else. He was talking about how Brandon Barnes is definitely gonna talk to Deb Atney. Who are you, Brandon? Who are you, bruh? Like, why are you upset, or why do you feel disrespected, or why do you feel it was rude that Deb did not have a conversation with you about what she's doing with Zanique? Zanique said to you, I don't want to work with you. I want to work with Deb. So why are you upset? Zanique is not the other artist Mama stole from you, so why are you upset? Like, why would you say that you're going to go there just to cause havoc because you felt like she caused havoc at your event? And Brandon was typically rude, asshole, over talking Deb. It was a whole back and forth thing. Zanique in the middle looking back and forth and back and forth. And Zanique then said, they're kind of the same person. The apple don't fall far from the tree. But I'm like, hell, them two apples weren't even on the same damn tree, so they can't have fell in the same place. His tree a whole nother tree than her tree. That ain't his mama. I'm just saying. I don't think Deb raised that boy. So he the way he is just because who only the Lord knows. But Brandon just has the tendency just to be an asshole. And this is very, very aggravating. He even had a scene where he was, I do have notes here, but I'm kind of not even going by the notes because I'm tired. He even had a scene where he was meeting with the group Brave, who was practicing, and he always stopped people like within 10 seconds of them performing. My thing is, if you a goddamn on development coach and you're supposed to be developing artists, why do you stop your artists so early? Like, why are they not developed? Let me know. And then when he be talking to him, it's like he be speaking in like second or third person, and he asks questions as if he's addressing a classroom full of people. Does anyone have any questions? You talking to two people. You can't say, "Hey, y'all got some questions?" I mean, it's just he talks. I just don't like Brandon. I don't. And he was upset with the group Brave solely because they asked him, "Well, hey, do you think we're developed enough to meet with Deb?" He was like, don't you guys trust me? Didn't you guys want to work with me? Aren't you guys getting better? And if that's the case, then why do you care what Deb think? Because Brandon, you and no, I'm not going to say you and nobody. Because Brandon, you ain't shit. I mean, and Deb is Deb. So I don't get what you don't get as to why they want to work with someone else. Just get over your damn self. And it was just, just so freaking aggravating. This is the last thing I'm gonna talk about. Bow Wow dad get in the car and he going to see Bow Wow. Do strangers really? No. Do people really talk to strangers in cabs and Ubers? It's like, do y'all just open up and start expressing your deepest, darkest secrets? Cause he got in the car and when the driver said, "Where you going?" I thought he was gonna give an address, and he said to see my son. I ain't seen him in a long time, and I'm like, he just started talking. And in the hindsight, they had Bow Wow at the studio trying to mix his song together, and the producers hit him like, "Hey, just a heads up, your dad is on his way here." And he instantly gets pissed off, like, "What the fuck y'all talking about?" Now, mind you, Bow Wow was a little bit too damn hype. I mean, they told you what happened. He asked them, how did how did this even come about? And they're like, Deb kind of put this together a little bit. And as he's waiting for his dad to get there, he's getting very anxious and very aggravated and very animated. And he's fidgety because he's mad. I'm guessing he's mad, but still at the same time, I'm like, bruh, calm down. You angry and the food not even there yet. I mean, I get you mad, but if you so mad, then don't do the scene. Because then he said to the producers, I give him 20 minutes of my time, and then that's it. Well, calm down, little Kimosabi. Because when the producer's like, okay, calm down, he's, outside the door, he's going to be coming in, just have a seat here because we had the scene set up. And he like, I'll sit wherever the fuck I want to sit. They saying sit here because that's where the cameras are. People know when you're on a reality show, they have the camera set up to shoot a scene. For me, when I shoot my videos, I have a place where I shoot them. I can't be standing over there if my camera is here. So I'm like, he was just a little bit too amped for me. And he was very upset, saying, I'm calling him a motherfucker old dude. I can't call him nothing else because that's what he is. He's an old dude. Of course, they only showed his dad walking in and him saying, "What the fuck you doing here?" And of course, we have to wait until next week, which is the season finale. So yeah, this episode, for me, it wasn't all that, but I promised myself I'll be consistent. I'm sorry if my energy levels are low this time again. It's almost 1:30 in the morning. It was 1:20. So I did cover the most part that I wanted to cover. How, again, Brandon's still an asshole. Reginae Mouth still ain't shit. Deb Atney is still Deb Atney. Bow Wow don't want to be with his daddy, and Deb kind of forced him to. So that is the end of this review. I do believe my review next Thursday will be much, much better. Supposedly, it's a really, really, really good season finale, and hopefully I have much more energy. It will not be 1:21 in the morning. So thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. If you have not done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, peace.